You are the Resistance.
Hello, everybody. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. And let me say, one of these things just doesn't belong here. One of these things is not the same. One of these things is a raging scumbag. Now let's play the game.
That's a number two. Number two. Number two.
Listen, I know if you didn't vote for him, you are stunned daily by the criming, the corruption, the violating of every tenet of democracy and humanity, the lying, and the, well, let's face it, killing hundreds of thousands of people and letting the world
shithole countries
fucking starve to death.
Hellholes.
If you did vote for him, there's got to be a pit in your stomach because deep down you know you backed the worst, most corrupt, bankrupt, racist, rapist, criminal, pedophile. And either that's because you are also, or you're dumb.
What is this? And they show a lion, a giraffe, a fish, and they say, which is the giraffe?
And a failure, or worse, a sociopath. That's the only way you could back him.
Bing, 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 bing.
But this guy, like there is a history of this rotting carcass of pedophilia and cowardice doing the worst possible thing any human could think of on the daily.
Grab him by the pussy.
Well, he's kind of finally topped himself. He sued the government. Yeah, that's right. The government he runs for $10 billion because they released his taxes. You know, like every other president has done.
If I decide to run for office, I'll produce my tax returns, absolutely. And I would love to do that.
Is it time to say once and for all, the president is never going to release his tax returns?
We'll have to get back to you on that.
President Trump voluntarily dismissed his $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS because the judge was about to issue a final ruling. The presiding judge, U.S. District Judge Kathleen M. Williams, had previously expressed deep skepticism, which is judge speak for bullshit. The judge was questioning whether a sitting president could constitutionally sue agencies that he himself oversees. Yeah, that seems kind of grifty. Yeah, kind of crimey. Yeah, so before the judge could tell Trump to basically shove the lawsuit up his diaper-covered ass, Trump pulled the case. Then decided his own settlement. He settled him with himself for $1.776 billion. No judge, no judgment issued. He just decided how much he was going to take from us, the U.S. taxpayers. But this diseased anal polyp says he's going to give this money to the January 6th insurrectionists. You know, the people he sent to the Capitol to kill Mike Pence. And the Democratic Congress, the people that beat cops with flagpoles.
1033, RT 1033, what's from the Capitol? We've been paid till we've lost our...
The people that tried to end democracy. You know, treasonous asshole scumbags, traitors to our country, traitors that admitted guilt and were convicted of being traitors. Well, guess what? They're going to get paid. That's right. The $1.8 billion is going to be paid out to such upstanding citizens as Daniel Tochi, who was sentenced to 4 years in prison for having 100,000 images of child porn. And these included severed heads, cats being put in blenders.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
And on and on. You know, an upstanding American. He's getting a check. Or how about this guy, Andrew Paul Johnson, who is now in prison for life because of child sex crimes. He's going to get a check from the President of the United States, as will all the rest of the treasonous scumbags who tried to end free and fair elections on January 6th. And that we're not in the streets, that we're just doing nothing while he's paying his minions billions. So they have the incentive to kill us when we finally stand up, and we're not going to stand up. Ashley Babbitt, the woman who tried to climb into the Capitol, who didn't comply. You guys really need that, right? That's what you say it needs to be justified. Alex Preddy and Renee Good's murder, they didn't comply. But Ashley Babbitt's family got $5 million. What'd you get? See, I don't have any jokes this week because none of this is funny to me. The traitors are being rewarded while the patriots, the cops that defended the Capitol, who have PTSD from that day, the day when human cancer cells like this prick tried to end America. These cops are forgotten while this crumbling, bumbling, illiterate, draft-dodging, evil moron burns down America. And we are not mad enough, people. When do we fucking get mad? And one last thing. We aren't losing our democracy. If our leader can take our money and give it to breathing fecal matter like this, if he can tear down the White House with zero pushback, if he can start a war without Congress and put his name on monuments dedicated to actual patriots who sacrificed for our country, then our fucking democracy is already lost. And we let it happen. Swamp drained yet? Or just the reflecting pool? A solemn place now turned into an Orlando, Florida water park. Jesus Christ. Good game, people. Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. Fuck, man. Not only that, but it's not even behind the scenes. He's just fucking like, by the way, all those guys who were persecuted. You mean the fucking guys who attacked the Capitol, broke windows, and tried to kill Congress? Those guys were persecuted? The guys who fucking admitted that they fucking committed crimes? Holy shit! What the fuck is going on? Everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. With me as always, the lovely Rachel Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
Yeah, I love that. I love calling you Bombshell Ray, but everyone calls you Bombshell Ray, but you don't like it anymore. You got those lips, you got that face, you got that body. You're Bombshell. You got that brain. Okay, that doesn't work at all. Okay, I'll stop doing it. If you're gonna make that noise, I'm done. You became a Star Wars character. That was awesome.
Thank you.
We've got Groucho with us as always, and we also have a new guy.
Hey,
our new addition. This guy is named Costello. We've had an Abbott, now we have a Costello.
This is Costello. He weighs a pound.
He's the tiniest little...
And he's the sweetest little guy ever, but he's very busy.
There was squirrels gave him a finger through the window from the backyard this morning. I watched. They were like, "Hey, fuck you, bro."
Oh, poor little guy.
They were like, "Come on, come on." They didn't want to do it to Groucho, but they're like, "Come on, you want some of that?" Exactly. If
we
you guys
have mob squirrels apparently.
If you saw the Armageddon update, you know that our shit stain of a president is now going to pay off the people who committed treason and attacked the Capitol on January 6th. So just so you guys know, and I gave you a couple of the guys, just those two I gave you that are like in jail or arrested or charged with some sort of either having child porn or actually literally soliciting a minor. Mm-hmm. There's more. That's just two. I just didn't have enough time. Do you know how many guys have been like arrested again for other crimes? It's like a big percentage. So here's what I don't quite understand about all of it. That we got this far with it. How could you imagine if Obama was going to be like, man, I'm going to pay all these criminals. Obama's going to pay all the rioters.
No.
That went against George Floyd.
I thought that
or Biden.
Today. Yeah.
Okay. But here's the thing. Black people have been fucked over for 400 years in this country, right? They've been talking about reparations, which would heal a wound. They were promised 40 acres and a mule. They never got it. They actually, in Texas, Juneteenth is because the Texans didn't tell them slavery was over. They kept them enslaved after Lincoln already freed the slaves. Yes. They were like, yeah, man, we don't know. I don't know. We didn't get the memo. Because you know why? Memos ain't invented yet. So black people continue to get fucked over. In Louisiana today, they're actually voting on redistricting, and they're going to get rid of Jim Clyburn's.
South Carolina.
And South Carolina. Is South Carolina? Is that Jim Clyburn? Clyburn, sorry, South Carolina. So Louisiana is changing the maps. South Carolina is changing the maps for one reason. For one fucking reason. Because the Republicans' ideas are so shitty, they can't get Americans to vote for them. The Republican ideas and their plan and their policies are so shit on toast that the Americans are like, fuck these guys. All they want is money for themselves. Now, if you should be in power, it's because you're helping the people. That's your job, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. You don't pay the criminals. So when are black people going to get reparations? Before the guys who committed treason on January 6th and beat the shit out of cops, killed cops, and tried to take over the government. They weren't hanging freedom. They were saying hang Mike Pence. That's what they were saying. So What I don't quite understand is why we are not en masse 15 million people surrounding the White House in Washington, D.C. right now. This is the problem we have with America. We have never had this before. I was talking to somebody yesterday when we were at that little event, and I said, in France, because they're thousands of years old, when France, someone does something shitty in France, the fucking place stops.
Yeah.
People don't go to work, people don't buy anything, and they're in the streets, and it changes. I think England's kind of the same way. Why are we so complacent about this dictator, fascist, diaper-wearing, rapist pedophile? Why are we so just complacent about it? Is it because we're too safe? Because we lived here for so long? We're hoping the Avengers show up? What is it?
That was all one sentence.
Yeah, I do that. I do 90 minutes on stage without stopping. So I just think I'm always on stage.
I just want to, because you just went through everything.
You got listed. Go ahead.
But you started talking about the $1.8 billion of taxpayer money that is going into a slush fund. It is going to have no oversight.
Wow.
And Trump is allowed to appoint basically a board to manage it and fire them at will. And in this whole settlement, I keep having to do air quotes, there is a clause about no investigations of the Trumps or the Trump businesses can be done from here on out by the IRS.
So just to be clear, this slush fund is run by the guy who basically told those guys to attack the Capitol.
Yes.
Okay. And he gets to pick and choose the board or fire them, whatever he wants, if they don't agree with him.
Yes.
Okay. And in the thing, and they didn't find this for a couple of days because people had to read it. In the in the paperwork, it actually says Donald Trump or any member of his family cannot, from the past or from here on out, be audited, be checked by the IRS, which means they could effectively pay zero. Just fuck it, I'm not paying my taxes, and never be investigated. So here's how you know someone's on the up and up.
Perpetual immunity from any liability for claims arising from any tax filings.
Well, let's talk about the settlement. So the judge approved that.
He was suing for $10 billion.
Okay.
But he settled.
Okay. No, he settled. He took the settlement. But let's lay out what really happened.
Okay.
So there was a judge that was actually looking at it. I talked about it in the Armageddon update. That was actually looking at it. I'm not even sure I have the jurisdiction on this case. So what this judge did is she went outside to make sure she had jurisdiction on this case, right? When she did that, it was found out that she does have jurisdiction. So she was about to make a ruling on it, and they pulled it. They went, no, by the way, we're dismissing it. We don't want $10 billion. So then Trump phrases it as instead of getting filing a civil case for $10 billion, he says the settlement's $1,776 million. So the judge approved that settlement? No, he just decided in the settlement that he made up and wrote himself. But by the way, he was suing himself, and he was also deciding the case.
Correct.
So he then said that the $1.776 billion settlement, which he made up, which no judge made a settlement. No, there was no award given by a court. He called it a settlement. And in the settlement, he says he or his family for the end of time no longer have to pay taxes.
Yes.
You can't make this shit up. Could you imagine if any Democrat had done this? Anybody?
No. It wouldn't happen.
It's fucking insane. And no one, and what I don't understand is there's no Republican screaming. There's no one on TV going, fuck this guy. There's,
Thomas Massey was, but Trump just primaried him, and the guy won that Trump supported. That's what they're all afraid of, is losing their good gig.
Well, our friends over at Election Truth Alliance. So here's what happened with that election. Usually the normal voting in a presidential election is about 70,000 people in that district, in that area. Guess how many people voted this time?
How many?
109,000.
Wow.
I guess what happened the day of the election? 10,376 mail-in votes just showed up that day. 10,000 showed up on the day of the election. So Nathan and Election Truth Alliance is currently actually looking at the things. Also, someone's already filed a court case to pull all the election results, a FOIA request to see all the election results and make sure that it's all in the up and up.
So the people that have already signaled that they're applying for this slush fund, just so you guys know, and you have to remember the thing that blows my mind is that a lot of these people had trials or pled guilty and were convicted. The trial, if they had a trial, were convicted by a jury of their peers. You know,
so how
our legal system works.
So you're saying you don't think there's no, they were being falsely prosecuted or aggressively prosecuted, whatever they said, but they actually just got arrested for beating the shit out of police officers at the Capitol and trying to kill Congress.
Enrique Tarrio, the Proud Boys founder, charged and sentenced for seditious conspiracy.
Wow.
One of the leaders that was organizing the whole thing.
It's treason.
At the Wilbur, was it the Wilbur Hotel?
That was a little Hitler-y, what you just said.
Or Will something. One of the people that really has coordinated all efforts to subvert the elections. Mark and Patricia McCloskey. Remember that couple that were pointing the guns?
Yes.
In there. Yes. During the George Floyd protest. Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, has reared his ugly head.
Has applied for money?
He's argued that his company lost $400 million over political and governmental weaponization. Michael Caputo, the former HHS spokesperson.
These guys have applied for money.
These are, yeah. He was in the FBI investigation of the Trump campaign's coordination with Russian interference in 2016. Here's another one. This one's good. George Santos.
These scumbags, these treasonous, traitorous, loser, criminal fucking scumbags. Are you serious? George Santos.
I thought he pled guilty.
He did.
He was sentenced to 87 months in prison for identity theft and wire fraud. Remember, you guys, he used his poor donors' money to buy himself bags and
mani-pedis, Gucci
belts. Yeah. His sentence was commuted by Trump, but now he's going to get compensation. Is there any way we're stopping this, or has this gone through? Here's what I don't understand. Well, a lot of people have filed.
We have been told our entire lives from childhood, we have checks and balances. So someone pointed out something, and I'm going to point it out to you guys right now. We are not on the way to a dictatorship.
Yep.
We are in a dictatorship.
Da-da-da.
We're done.
Yep.
We're here.
We're here.
So if you've got a crazy, dementia-riddled, diaper-wearing shit stain of a human telling everybody what to do, and they're doing it. Now he's giving billions of dollars of our tax money to flat-out treasonous, traitorous criminals.
Can you make that clear? If you guys are confused where this money is coming from to compensate people who attacked our Capitol.
Right.
Where's it coming from?
Taxpayers. Me and you.
Yes.
Everybody listening right now.
Yes.
Your money, all the money that you pay in taxes is going to these treasonous traitors who in another time, you wouldn't have been able to pardon them because they all would have been fucking hung for what they did that day.
Yes.
So
literally
in another time, we'd have had a public hanging. And I still believe Terrio, a lot of these guys need a public hanging. 100%.
Sorry, we're chewing computer cords instead of our.
Oh no, you can't choke
bone.
it. I don't want to light him up. So
yes, we are paying for that at a time where people are not eating so that they can drive to work. People, and there are, countless stories of that. of people on the news, local news, interviewing and saying that they can't afford a full tank of gas. They can't get to work. They're choosing food or gas. And he is building now, it's become a $1.2 billion ballroom. He's repaving the reflecting pool.
Right, as an Orlando water park, yeah.
Retrofitting a plane from Qatar.
That was a grift, yeah.
Even though he already has a plane through our government. What
he's decided to do is basically the Treasury is his personal ATM.
Yes,
that's exactly what the fuck he's doing. And here's the other thing about this. I'm going to go back to one more thing about Republican policies. Do you know Republicans have done abso-fucking-lutely nothing? They didn't do shit when he was, remember the 2-week healthcare plan that we were going to get that was going to come in 2 weeks?
The empty binder?
The empty binder of shit. Do you remember that he was going to handle whatever he said he was going to handle? Nothing got handled. Nothing. And again, we're a year and a half in and Congress has done absolutely nothing. We were shut down for 50 days.
Yep.
Where TSA didn't get paid. He cut back the FAA where we started having plane crashes like crazy. I don't understand.
Every time he's in office, our government
goes to shit.
They don't balance the budget and people don't get paid. Remember the first term? My brother was not getting paid.
And do you also know that our debt, so this one guy in 2 terms, and a term in a year and a half, not even 2 terms.
It feels like 2,000 years.
It does. He's actually added a quarter to the budget. Our budget hit 40 trillion
to the debt.
To the debt.
Yeah.
Our debt hit $40 trillion. 10 trillion of that plus is his.
First time too. Remember?
Yeah, first time I was crazy. So
added 3 trillion to the debt first.
So here's where we are. They're talking about raising taxes on taxpayers again.
On billionaires?
No. Billionaires are saying, so here I want to talk about one thing. Now that we're talking about tax policy, and by the way, just so you know, our president is a raging fucking criminal. He's actually cheated on his taxes. He was found convicted by a judge, a $270-something million fine. He now wants, because he's so good at his taxes, and they were wrong to convict him. He wants a free pass on his taxes. Because when you're on the up and up, that's what you want, them to never look at your taxes again. Also, he's going to just at the beginning. We're just beginning today. Yeah. This is just this fucking week.
Yeah.
$1.776 billion is going to the criminals, the fucking treasonous traitor assholes who attacked the Capitol and tried to kill Congress. Okay, that's where we're at right now. So we are beyond, man, we might have a dictatorship. We're in a dictatorship. That being said, we got these billionaires now. Bezos was on on some news show this last week, and he said something like, you could tax me all you want. You could take all my money. It would only pay for the government for 2 days, which is such a weird straw man argument. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. So that's not what we're saying.
That's not what we're saying.
We just want you to pay taxes like everyone else.
Well, California wants to add a 5% tax, right?
Dear God.
California wants to add a 5% tax to billionaires. 5%. One time 5% tax. Right. To billionaires. Now, I want to point out Mackenzie Scott. Because, by the way, Bezos, you never hear about Jeff Bezos? How much money he gives to charity. You hear about penis rockets. You hear about how rich he is.
A lot of plastic surgery.
Money
being spent.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Spend $60 million to rent Venice. The motherfucker rented Venice for his wedding.
I would argue that Mackenzie Scott is just...
That's what I was going to say.
No, I was just going to say just beauty inside and out.
100%.
And Lauren Sanchez didn't used to look like this.
I knew her.
Yeah, she was on morning news here.
Yeah.
And they looked similar before Lauren Sanchez did all of this stuff.
Now she looks like she's in a wind tunnel.
I cannot confirm nor deny my feelings about that statement.
So, Mackenzie Scott. So he does not a big charitable guy, right? However, Mackenzie Scott, I believe, got $41 billion in her settlement with Bezos. She has given away $19 billion Guess how much money she
She's
has
actually
now.
donated over $26 billion.
So she keeps doing it. 26 billion.
Yeah, she hasn't stopped to more than 2,400 nonprofit organizations.
How is her net worth now? Is it only 20 billion now? No, it's like 48 billion. She actually made money by giving money away.
Probably.
Because you can't do that. You have so much money, it doesn't go away.
33 billion.
Oh,
estimated to be between, it depends because she's giving it away so quickly, 36 to 42 billion.
So she basically has lost no money and still has billions.
Yeah, she has more money.
After giving away 19 or 21
She got a 4% stake in Amazon.
Okay, so here's what I want to say about all this. To you billionaires who are pissed off that you're going to be taxed normally, because Bezos paid 0.97% in tax last year. 0.97, not 1%, less than 1% in tax. Now people will say, "Oh my God, yeah, but he's worth 200 billion or he made 100 billion. It's not fair to tax him all the money." Why aren't you paying for the privilege in this country to have that little regulation and build a business? Because, by the way, Bezos' business is a fucking app. It's just a fucking app that everybody else goes on and he takes a third of or whatever he takes.
Right.
It's a fucking app. You didn't carry a box, motherfucker. You ship stuff that other people make.
Well, it started as a bookstore.
Right. But then we gave up reading thanks to Reagan. So now we've got these billionaires whining. Oh man, if you tax us, then we're leaving. Good. Get the fuck out. Go. Here's why. AI is coming. So you've already fired, Meta just fired 8,000 people, which is 10% of their workforce because of AI. Mm-hmm. Then we've got robots that are actually getting close. Robots. We got robots that are getting to the point where they're actually going to be able to do the menial jobs, right? That's within the next 3 years. So do you think these billionaires who don't donate to charity, who don't help people, who don't stand up for right and wrong, do you actually, except for Mackenzie Scott, because I got to talk about Mark Cuban too, who, by the way, just motherfucked all of us again. Do you actually think that these guys are going to become all of a sudden just giving and loving and start taking care of Americans? No. So we're going to tax you. If you want to leave, get the fuck out because we're California. Guess what's going to happen? Someone else is going to come in and they're going to take your spot. And then we're going to actually just give them our money. So go ahead. Do me a favor. Why don't you leave so you don't get taxed? But do me a favor. Go to England where you're going to be taxed way worse. Or go anywhere in the world where you're going to get taxed worse. Or go to some shithole third world country where you're not going to get taxed and you enjoy that. But don't come back to California. We don't fucking want you. We don't want you. If you don't have the balls to actually have the honor and the character to understand that the reason you are billionaires is because of this country and the amazing consumer base we have. And you don't think that you should pay the same percentage as a doctor or a nurse or a guy who's fucking working welding. You think because you're so rich that you shouldn't have to pay taxes? A, you're a sociopath. B, we don't want you here. Just go. Get the fuck out. We're good. Well, someone else will take your spot because we're California. We're the shit, not you. There you go. That's my PSA for today. I'm cranked today. I was listening.
Really,
well, here's why.
You're talking really fast.
Am I talking too fast?
So fast. And I'm trying to keep up. I'm over here with allergy head, all puffy, eyes watering. And I'm like, well, this is how I feel, like in a wind tunnel.
Oh, you know what? I got it. You know, here's the thing. I'm so amped up. I got to get to the, the only thing that's helping me is going to the gym. That's the only thing that helped me. Yeah,
which you did last night, late.
It was like 11
I
o'clock.
could hear Fitbod doing the ding thing that it does, the timer, and it was 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah, I got that at 11:45.
This thing holds you so accountable that you're like, even if it's midnight, he's like, nope, I got to get in there.
Are they one of our ads today?
And Fitbod?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking about it. And Costello is now on my laptop keyboard. He's very interested.
I'm going to get you into Fitbod.
Here.
Because he's so little.
So if you don't know what Fitbod is, it's a fitness app. And what is so revolutionary about this and what holds you so accountable is it uses AI. It's built with professional certified personal trainers, but it uses AI to specifically tailor the workouts to you, what your goals are, what equipment you have. Even if you have none, you can say you have a sock, and that's fine.
Can I jump in on this?
And then, hold on, and then it uses that AI to track what you've done, and every workout takes that into account and builds. So, yes.
I will, guys, get FitBod. Number one, it's for a year, a membership. It's like half of what a training session would cost.
Yeah.
You have your own personal trainer in your pocket.
Yes, totally.
There's a setting where you can just, let's say you're somewhere in a hotel room and you're like, I got to get a workout in. But I don't want to go to the hotel gym, which has no weights or they're rusted to the thing. Put it on body weight. I guarantee you will be angry by the end. You'll be sweaty and you'll be burned out. It is such a good program.
Or you could, if you're traveling, put in that you have that one rusty 25-pound dumbbell.
Right.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
You can tell it what you have, and then it creates this workout for you. And it doesn't let you over fatigue muscles. It doesn't let you do the same exact body part day after day. The goal is by the end of the week, you've hit every muscle group.
And
right?
it tracks it. Like, so there's a setting. If I touch it, it'll say 97% of all muscles worked. It'll say, and it's weird because I've started caring about that, because I want to make sure I'm working everything. Also, guys, you can actually, she just said, you can put your own program in it where you say it says shitty hotel workout. Because they usually have like one rack of dumbbells.
Residence in.
Yeah, residence in, and a treadmill or 2 treadmills. So it's amazing. It has changed my body composition.
Absolutely.
It has changed.
Your commitment to working out. I don't know why. I guess because it held you accountable. Because there was no excuse, right? You can do it anywhere.
It lets you know.
So I use the excuse, I'm traveling today, can't work out, and FitBod is like, Well,
I have to do 4 a week, right? At least.
That's what you said.
So
right?
I set it at 4.
Yeah.
Because I did the research on it. 5 or 6 is too much. 4 is about right. You get a recovery day, and it keeps me like my calendar. It has a calendar in it, so I look at what I did. And I can see 4, 4, 4. And then I see 3 and I go like this. What happened that week?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that you can see the whole map of what you've done. And then at the end of the year, even, it tells you how much weight you've listed in a whole year.
Lifted, yeah.
How many days, how many hours and minutes. It's just, it's really cool to see quantifiable results.
I could
be proud of that.
Here's how. So we've had these guys. I've had this for 2.5 years now. November 2 years ago.
Jet uses it too.
Jet uses it too. So I've used this 2.5 years ago. If you look at it, guys, I got my workout all set up for today. It's already set up for today. Then you go to this. So here's so far this week, I've worked out 72% of my muscles.
That's crazy.
So far, I've done,
all this.
And then overall strength, I'm at 99%. So it's saying, so what it does is been tracking me for 2 years.
What does that mean?
That means that, my maxes aren't dropping. If anything, they're going up.
Oh, wow.
So
That's cool.
And then there's my calendar. You look at my calendar, it goes back. So that's this month. But if I go back to, so these are all my workouts for May. Then it tracks how many workouts I've done.
That's crazy.
In the 2.5 years. And it's funny. It feels like I'm at 595 workouts.
Wow.
In the last 2.5 years.
Wow.
It doesn't, but if you had, that's 700 something days, but it tracks how many workouts, my weekly goal is 4, and my current streak of 4 workouts is a month. So, guys, what it does is it makes you accountable in a way that no other plan I've ever had. You don't have to go to a gym. You can, but if, let's say, that thing in our brain that goes, I got to get ready to go to the gym,
there.
And then I got to come
It's busy.
Back.
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My outfit doesn't match. I'm doing you. My outfit isn't coordinated.
And they've actually added like 6 defined goals that you can choose from: just general fitness, bodybuilding, strength training, muscle tone, powerlifting, and Olympic lifting. Like they have, so you can go choose. So level up your workout. Join FitBod today. We promise you this is badass. To get your personalized workout plan, get 25% off of your subscription. Or you can just try the app for free at fitbod.me/Titus. That's fitbod.me/Titus. Just go try it for free. I promise you'll be blown away.
FitBod, add a calisthenics section, a martial arts section.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Calisthenics and martial arts. That'd be great.
There's so much going on. You mentioned Mark Cuban. That is a major bummer that he's now partnering with Trump after backing Kamala. It's a big bummer. He partnered with Trump on TrumpRx.gov because he had cost plus drugs, which was something that was so cool that he had done to make medication more affordable for everyone. Now he's partnering with Trump. He went to a White House event this past week, and yeah,
He's out.
he's talked shit about Trump on podcasts and stuff like that. He actually said Trump wasn't smart enough to run for president.
He came out and promoted. He promoted Kamala. He said she was.
I know, it's a bummer.
So it's not even. Here's what someone pointed out, which I really agree with. And that's why California, do not vote for Tom Steyer. Tom Steyer, you got to understand what billionaires do. They say anything they need to say to become billionaires. That's how the fucking thing works. And so Tom Steyer is just a guy telling you what you want to hear, and he's not doing it. Where Javier Becerra is not attacking, and he's attacking Javier Becerra all the time, which means that Javier scares him. Katie Porter, I think, has gone back to her little hut and is living now with Frodo. But
I know Katie Porter has gotten kind of Karen,
like
a lot of Karen. But I was thinking the other day, we've seen Katie Porter in action. We've seen her in office. She was incredible. She always stood for right. She held billionaires and CEOs of drug companies and politicians. She held them to account. And so while she may annoy the living shit out of us, I believe she would at least do a really good job.
Okay.
I don't think that she's formidable enough to fight the fight that is upon us.
Agreed.
But I would 10,000 times rather have Katie Porter than some of the other people running. Tom Steyer.
So remember that thing that Rick used to say? He used to say that money and fame just plugs an amplifier into the asshole or the good person you already are. If you look at Mackenzie Scott, it's proof of it.
Yeah.
She got all that money that she's in charge of now, and she's a good person.
Yeah.
Katie Porter, her fame and stuff, it's not like we saw her as this person before. She wasn't this person. She was kind of humble, but she would go after people. She was a fighter. Yeah. She got kind of popular, and then she changed.
Oh, is that what you think?
That's why I've noticed it. She was never this person. I've watched her talk a couple times. I'm like, you are annoying as shit right now. Now, I'll say this. The one person who didn't, Kamala Harris. She was VP. She was a senator. She was a motherfucker as a senator. She stayed exactly the same, and her husband stayed exactly the same. You met Doug, your buddy Doug.
That's my Dougie Doug, is what I call him.
You call him Doug.
Sometimes Dougie Fresh. He likes both. Dougie Doug. Dougie.
All right. So
I sing him a song too.
Remember I was talking about billionaires. By the way, go. We don't need you. Good. We got that. So we're done with that.
We got Ebola coming, and this was
Holy
something
shit,
I was
this
thinking
is crazy.
about billionaires. So we're not being alerted about
anything.
International health crises.
Anything.
We're not being alerted, period.
There you go. Stop.
And that's frightening. And I said to you yesterday, wait a minute, doesn't that make sense? Because so many of these billionaires we keep hearing, including literal Frodo-looking dude, that backed JD Vance.
Oh, Thiel?
PayPal, Peter Thiel. Holy Sith Lord.
He's a Dracula.
Moly.
That dude's a Dracula.
Go look him up. So many of them have been speaking places or caught on a hot mic saying we need an extinction level event.
We need
and
to get
that we need to get the population down
500 million.
500 million.
We're 8 billion
now,
right now.
I seriously doubt that he's talking about any fellow billionaires.
No.
Right?
No, they want to actually, there's a plan that they want to start their own serfdom, their own like fiefdoms, their own cities that they run, and because they can do it better. Because they're billionaires. They're obviously billionaires. They can do it better.
Right.
Has nothing to do with that. The people that made them billionaires.
I'm guessing it's not going to be poor people. I'm guessing just shooting in the dark here. It's not going to be people of color
That are living there, you mean?
that are allowed
To live there?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. They keep talking about it in the funniest way. They keep saying, by the way, white people, we're an anomaly. We are a genetic mutation. There was no white people at the beginning. There was no white people. So we are a genetic mutation. That these people have the balls to think that they are the peak race. Because that's where we're at right now. The Great Replacement Theory. They called it the Great Replacement Theory. Nah, man, people are just fucking, there's no plan. Yeah? Go.
So the leader of the ideal of the Great Replacement Theory, the leader who also talks about what real men look like, the whole ball warming movement and all that.
Yes. The ball
wears
movement.
a girdle, has teats,
Yes.
has a cat piss cotton candy toupee that at night cascades down his back until he hairsprays it back up.
And lifts.
Kitten heels. Tiny little Cabbage Patch hands. And shits himself.
Real man, like real men.
And sometimes simultaneously whilst sleeping through meetings and
Right.
press conferences.
Right. But he has a big brain.
Okay. Just wanted...
And the best words.
Oh, Kofefe. Just wanted...
Groceries.
Okay.
This word, no one who uses the word groceries.
Holy shit.
Speaking of that, the ball warming movement, you're actually going to lead me right into what I want to talk about.
Well, I just wanted to
Ball warming.
finish Ebola. I
Oh,
sent
God.
you something on Threads yesterday that the U.S. State Department has issued its highest level warning, a level 4 do not travel for several countries.
And that's not on the news.
There's
It's
an
not
Ebola
anywhere.
outbreak. We have not seen this on the news. In the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda is spreading quickly,
Huge countries.
presents a high risk at a national and regional level. Obviously, the World Health Organization has sounded the alarm, something that we are no longer in.
600 dead.
The strain is called Bundibugyo,
Go ahead.
which has no specific treatment or vaccine. That's what's behind the outbreak. And several headlines. If you search it, flight bound for Detroit was diverted today to Canada after
guy.
Congolese passenger boarded in error, U.S. officials say.
Infected, right?
Yes. Ebola treatment center set on fire in the Congo amid the virus outbreak. I'm just looking at different this is...
Yes. So no, it's coming. So here's one more thing about that. There was a point during Obama's presidency where we had an outbreak in, I think it was Uganda again. It was one of the countries in Africa. We sent like 1,000 people there and they stopped it. They fucking stopped it.
Wait, you mean when we had a pandemic response team?
We had a pandemic response team.
That was a good idea.
Right. But here's how dictators work. They actually clear everybody out. So all
Do
the power.
we have those anymore?
No. He killed that. No.
Oh.
No, that's why. Don't you remember the year before COVID? He shut down when he first came into office, 3 years after, he shut down every pandemic response team. Did you know there was a pandemic response team in Wuhan?
Oh, where the lab was?
Yeah. We had an American
started?
response team there and he closed it. And then 3 years later, the world got COVID.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, he's a fuck up.
Sounds like they might have something to do with one another.
I think they line up pretty good.
Oh, okay. This is how I'm dealing with everything in life now.
By the way, I like this, the laughing,
Okay.
because it's ridiculous. So do you remember when I was talking about tax policy? Because we were talking about all these data centers that are opening up. And Kevin O'Leary,
Yeah.
Mr. Wonderful, the bald. I love that a guy who's balding and looks like that. There's a picture of him talking to somebody where he's literally wearing a suit and mani-pedi flip-flops. You can look it up. He was talking to somebody.
Self-named.
And self-named. And there's a cutout of him, a stand-up next to him while he's talking. The guy is, I don't understand these people. Mr. Wonderful, you were the farthest thing from wonderful. He's starting a data center, a multi-billion-dollar data center in Utah that's going to take up more water and more power than Utah takes up. And I'm not a Tucker Carlson fan. Tucker Carlson said something that I fucking never thought of. And I was like, holy shit. He goes, they're getting a tax break. They're getting a $90 million or more. It's more a tax break on this data center so they can build it. And Tucker Carlson goes, why are you getting a tax break? He goes, because we're building a big data center there. He goes, well, how many people is that going to fight? He goes, not many. So you're getting... So basically, he goes, what are the taxpayers getting from it? And he goes, nothing. And Tucker Carlson goes, so wait a minute. We're giving you a tax incentive. You're going to make all the profit from this new business, and the taxpayers get nothing. On top of that, you're going to use every tax loophole to not pay taxes after you got a tax break. So I'm going to point out to all these companies that we're not coming to your state unless you give us a tax break. Well, how about you go fuck yourself then? Because you want to come to our state, California, and you want how much tax incentive to actually do it? But what do the people get?
You should run for governor.
But what do the people get? Like I'm fine with it.
How about you go fuck yourself then? Is his campaign slogan.
By the way, that's going on my lawn. Titus.
Yeah. How about you go fuck
Titus
yourself
for governor.
then?
Go fuck yourself.
You know, I would probably vote for that guy.
But here's what we've become used to. This thing where we've become used to where Walmart wants to build a thing. Walmart goes, we're not going to build our center there unless you give us $15 million tax break. I'm sorry, Walmart, you're a $14 billion company. You're going to make all the profit off this. What do the taxpayers get by giving you a tax incentive? Jobs? Okay, but you're paying people shit. You're not giving us jobs that we can live on because we need. So you're going to bring jobs so people can use as their second job.
Yes.
So we've got a minimum wage at $7.20, and then we're giving
not in California,
and we're giving $1 billion. Yeah, right. We're 16, right? 16 or 17.
17.
So and then we're giving these $1 billion companies tax breaks. You can afford to build the fucking data center. Guess what you get? All the profit forever. When did we become? And we're used to it now. We're just fucking used to it. And what I don't quite understand, like the filming industry, the entertainment industry right now is in a big, COVID fucked it all up, and so did streaming. So now, not only do we have streaming, which was supposed to be we pay a monthly fee to not have commercials, but now we're seeing commercials on a thing I'm paying for. So I'm watching commercials and paying for it.
Some bullshit.
I
just want to say, we had a good run for about a year and a half.
Yeah, 2 years
where
maybe.
we were like, we're going to pay for these apps and stream this because
we don't
have commercials anymore.
And I need to stay up to 3 a.m. to watch the episode.
They're getting the money that they would have gotten for commercials by charging us to stream and have a membership. And now we have like 17 different memberships.
Yeah, I looked at how much it adds up to every month.
How much is it a month? It's
insane. Like $400.
We have to stop.
Yeah, we have to. Well, Paramount, after what they did to Stephen Colbert, Paramount Plus is gone, and CBS is. I've deleted CBS from our.
Wait, Paramount Plus is gone. That's where Elsbeth plays.
Ah, fuck.
I love Elsbeth.
I know.
She's like.
Could you live without it?
Monk. But
you couldn't live without it.
I'll see where else I can watch it. But yeah, so now we're paying that fee
and commercials
and sitting through, and Paramount specifically is 120-second breaks every time. It's forever.
But do you see how? But do you see how what they do is? And it's not a real analogy, but the boiling frog, where you slowly turn the heat up to the frog, because frogs will just hop the fuck out when it gets too hot. But
will they?
Yeah.
Tell me you
bullshit.
didn't try that.
No, I did it to my own hand.
This episode brought to you by AG1. His own hands also make AG1 every day. He's got a little special drink that he mixes up every day.
AG1 is currently coursing through my system right now.
It's a very good, well thought out, balanced situation that you have in that glass every morning. We have a giant lemon tree that if you guys want lemons, please come take some lemons.
No.
We have so many lemons and they never stop. It's California, so it's year round.
Right.
But he goes outside, he gets an organically grown lemon off of the tree.
That my lovely wife grew.
Yep. And he adds turmeric AG1, the
protein powder,
K3D2 dropper, your protein powder, Tony Horton protein powder, which is new. You guys should go check that out.
Tony Horton protein powder, and then I add, I do 2 things of salt, just for turmeric, and then I do creatine.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I do 10 grams of creatine.
Do collagen?
I do collagen sometimes. I just started. Okay. I really got on that. But now, here's the problem. I'm creating a concoction that turns into Bondo if I don't have enough water.
That is correct.
so I'm going to have to balance it or put more water in it. I will tell you this.
He's actually pooping out a 1966 Buick Electra.
Bodywork. Well, I call it bodywork. That's the name of my drink. Bodywork. We should just make a whole powder and your own drink. Here's what I'll tell you. I have this tendency to not buy hype. I don't buy hype. It's why we have, why when we do stuff on this show, when we have advertisers, I don't just take anything. Yeah. And we've argued about it. I'm like, I don't. He
says no.
I say no a lot because I don't want something. We live in a consumer society where I'm putting ads up. Everybody's putting ads up. What works and what doesn't. I guarantee my ads, you come see my show, I'm going to blow your fucking mind. That's what I guarantee. I trust what I do.
It feels weird to mislead people about something, especially like this that you put in your body.
So AG1, we've been taking it for a couple of years now. And
after they made us take it for a month before they would allow us to do an ad.
What's happened is if they stop advertising tomorrow, I will still be using AG1
forever.
Because the sense of well-being I have like an hour after I take it, what it does for my body, especially as hard as I'm working out with Fitbod, it's changed my calm, I would say. Have you noticed that?
Well, I think it's an overall well-being in your body. When you're balancing your body in that way, I would think, I'm not a doctor, but that would be a byproduct of that, an overall feeling of well-being, right? Because your body is getting all the nutrients that it needs. So it's a daily health drink. You just put a scoop in water, shake it up, add whatever you want to add. I do mine a little bit differently than he does. 1 scoop, 8 ounces of water, but it's got multivitamin, pre and probiotics, superfoods like kale and wheatgrass and stuff like that, and antioxidants. And so you're going to get immune support from it. And your body's going to get all the stuff that you couldn't possibly eat in one day. And it's backed by 4 clinical trials. So I love that this is actually tried and true in a lab. So they have over 50,000 verified 5-star reviews. It comes with a 90-day money back guarantee because these people believe in this product. Gut health also. Holy shite. Go to drinkag1.com/Titus. You will get a free AG1 flavor sampler. They've got new flavors and a bottle of vitamin D3K2 in that whole giant welcome kit, which is so super sweet and a killer gift, but it's huge and you get all this different cool stuff. And that's when you first subscribe. And that's a $72 value. That's drinkag1.com/Titus. drinkag1.com/Titus.
But it's so much better for me. It kills the jangly feeling of coffee. That's one of the reasons I really have it. Because for me, it kills that gut, that little bit of gut thing you get from coffee. But also, I'm not sucking down all the plastic coatings and all those vitamins.
Yeah, you don't have to take them.
I wonder how much microplastic are in my testicles. With AG1, you're not getting microplastic in your testicles.
Click when I'm down there.
Oh my God. It's a dead thud like plastic, as opposed like pool balls hitting.
It's your own percussion. It's when you walk.
I want people to start thinking about this one more time. I'm just going to reiterate the last thing, then I'm going to move on to one more thing. Tax policy. We're giving companies who make profits, billions in profits, tax incentives to bring their companies to a place that they want to go to anyway. When are we going to stop that and start making the people that take our money, make our billions that we keep afloat? Because if you want to fix this country, guys, 5 days, we don't buy a goddamn thing. You want to shut everything down? Everybody stops working and we sit at home for 5 days. Now, when they tell us to through COVID, we did it instantly. But what if we just decided to do a week of protest like France does? We'd shut this fucker down. They wouldn't know what to do. So when I started, and again, Tucker Carlson brought this up, the way he laid it out to Kevin Liberty. And by the way,
it's so weird to hear you quote.
But I know Mr. Wonderful though went like this. He started going, and Tucker Carlson kept asking, what are the people of Utah getting for that money they're giving you? They get a business that's, yeah, but you'd say it's a data center. You're not going to be hiring a lot of people.
I feel like Tucker Carlson is trying to make up for a little bit of what he said. He carries a lot of regret and guilt.
Somebody, I watched him and I thought, I watched a clip. I don't watch Tucker Carlson, but there was some clips popped up where even people, where hardcore progressives were like, what the fuck is going on with Tucker Carlson? And here's what I'll say. There's a day you have to look at what you've done in your life, I think. And someone in his life, because I think he really did. He went from Fox. Fox fired him. Maybe he woke up to the fact that, this is a Tucker Carlson theory, maybe he woke up to the fact that all he did was cause destruction. You know, Jon Stewart causes joy. Stephen Colbert causes joy. Jimmy Kimmel causes joy. And they stand for right. Bruce Springsteen causes joy.
Stephen Colbert's gone as of this week.
This is tonight's the last show I'm going to watch. I just watched.
Because as Springsteen said.
Oh, Springsteen was so good.
When he opened, what did he say?
Springsteen goes, Stephen, I want you to know something, man. He goes, you're the first show lost because a lame president can't take a joke. And then he said, and the Ellisons who own CBS, he goes, man, they're just kissing his ass, going against everything we believe. Kissing his ass to get what they want and going against everything America stands for. Springsteen.
Who gives zero shits these days.
But also, when did the rebels, like this new generation, there are no rebels. They're rebels against the wrong, I used the wrong pronoun. That's what they're rebelling about.
Yeah.
Springsteen's rebelling against an entire government.
Yeah.
And I said it and people got, it's so funny, man. You get on Threads or X, whatever. Everybody has a fucking opinion, even like if you stand up for puppies need to be loved and cared for. You know what? Fuck puppies. Let me tell you why. Not all puppies are good. They shit on stuff. And like, all I said was puppies need to be loved and cared for.
Also, you need to adopt that puppy. You shouldn't be buying a puppy. Exactly. Backyard breeder, blah, blah. Oh, God.
Yeah, I know, but we can't. So I said, Springsteen, I go, the most punk rock person on the planet right now is Bruce Springsteen. Yeah. People are like, he's not punk. His music. I'm like, do you get what I'm saying? The whole point of punk rock is to stand against the fuck. It's exhausting. As this podcast can be when I speak this much. At least I'm self-aware. What else did I want to talk?
They're saying there's never been a more corrupt week as we have had this week. Reports this week showed, and to be fair, they've all been really fucking corrupt. But this one was holy shit. Reports showed stock purchases that have been made by Trump. You know, the guy who's supposed to divest of all of his business and personal financial involvement as president, because that, wouldn't be fair because he can manipulate it, control it. He knows when things are coming it's insider trading.
He doesn't know. He's deciding them.
Yeah. And also would make him vulnerable to pressure from countries that don't have our best interests at heart. He made, what was the number?
$250 million in profits. But he made 3,700 plus trades.
Specifically, a lot of AI and oil and gas. Conveniently.
And they're conveniently timed for every day he made a decision.
Yes.
Every time he decided to tell somebody about something, then he actually bought companies where he said, you got to buy this company. It's a good company to buy. After he had already bought the stock.
The stock purchases were followed by either federal actions or specific statements by him that then affected the price of those stocks that he had just purchased.
But let's just don't talk about Trump. Let's talk about Barron, who's 22 years old, is now worth $150 million. Let's talk about Eric and Don Jr.,
who have a stake in many things. Oil, yes, but also the drone company. That then signed a contract with Israel for the war and with and
the U.S. government.
And yes,
and the U.S. government.
The U.S. government
is paying,
has signed contracts with his sons.
But did you hear about Hunter has a laptop? You heard this, right? You heard that Hunter has a laptop?
In the mail.
Tucker lost that. Boy, that would be something for him to talk about. To just come clean. You know, the one thing about Tucker Carlson's setting himself for a run for something, I think.
Guys, he had hookers because he was on crack.
Who hasn't?
Okay.
By the way, those two things add up.
Like what?
That makes sense. Trump doesn't make sense.
He wasn't in
Crack,
office.
get hookers. That adds up.
He wasn't in office.
Ever.
When I said that to my sister one day, she was like, because it's always this, I brought up that this was the first term. Jared was flying back from Saudi on the day January 6th happened after making a $2 billion deal, bringing back $2 billion of their money for his investment fund that has to date made no profit for anyone, but they continue to put money in it. It's very strange.
But he's made 100 in fees.
But I said to her,
wait, he's made 110 million in fees. Just want to point that out.
Oh yeah. And she said, yeah, well, what about Hunter Biden? And I said, well, I just thank God every day that his father didn't put him in public office. So we don't have to worry about Hunter Biden.
And the silence was deafening.
It was like, Never thought about that before because I'm just regurgitating shit. They unveiled the unprecedented $1.776 billion fund made entirely up of taxpayer money that is going to benefit Republican allies only and will have no meaningful oversight. So this is what you talked about before, building a private militia, rewarding people who broke the law to fight for him and defend him, and now giving these people millions of dollars. Do you think they're going to be loyal to him? And do you think they're going to go commit more crimes on his behalf?
One of the guys that was actually, I was listening on the radio, one of the guys was talking, he's already filed for $30 million. Now, all they're doing right now, and it's what Hitler did. Hitler paid the SS and the Gestapo. We have the Gestapo. They're doing exactly. People keep talking about, you keep fucking bringing up Hitler. Okay, let's just, I can go down the list. I do the bit about
Here's day 3, though, real quick. I was just doing these were 3 days of Trump.
Oh,
this
you're so
week.
good. I'm sorry. The corruption list is so long. I interrupted it.
No, I'm only doing 3 days.
Sorry. Oh, this is just not even a week.
This is 3 days this week so far because we've only gotten through Wednesday. A Trump-aligned super PAC received $5 million from a leading tobacco company. Days later, at Trump's insistence, the FDA bypassed its regular rulemaking process and delivered the policy that tobacco industry requested.
This was fruit-flavored vapes, right? This is the one we're basing for kids. This is fruit-flavored vapes.
Because children should be able to vape while they're in the tanning beds.
By the way, nice. Can I say that's nice? I think that I may steal that from my act.
Steer.
Because you don't do politics.
I don't. Anyway, I just wanted to give you 3 days.
I'm sorry I didn't need the 3 days. So
he's also started an investigation into Ilhan Omar. JD Vance confirmed that. It's just, constant going after his enemies.
Yeah, but this is what a dictator does.
Yes.
So, and this is that thing, they came after the Jews and I said nothing. They came after the gypsies and I said nothing. They came after, the immigrants and I said nothing. Then they came after me and there was no one left to say anything for me. That's where we are. So if you actually believe, people, that this one day is going to stop and it's not going to affect you, you're out of your fucking mind, because that's what he's doing. Do you trust me? He's actually trying to right now, look up this new policy where they want to make Antifa a terrorist, anybody who's Antifa.
Yeah, they've been trying to do that for a while.
But no, it
just means anti-fascists, you dodos. Yeah. There's no meetings. There's no Enrique Tarrio heading it up and sending out mass emails. It just means anti-fascist.
Right. But I'm just saying that anybody who's left, no, they're calling it radical left terrorism.
No.
What radical left terrorism have we seen in this country? Let's point it out.
Well, when you misgender or mispronounce someone.
I think everyone wearing Crocs, lesbians wearing Crocs, I think Crocs are terrorism.
Well, not all lesbians wear Crocs. A lot of people wear Crocs, and it is really a travesty.
It's terrorism.
It's terrorism. It's domestic terrorism.
I agree. I can't stand it.
Inflicted on people with some sense of self-respect, dignity, and style.
They're the Prius of footwear.
If you are then furthering, they are the Prius of footwear.
They are.
And if you are then furthering that effort by buying charms to plug into the holes of your Crocs.
Which kills the whole point of Crocs.
I think guillotine. is
There you go.
the only
And just chop
answer.
your feet off. Then you can hobble around.
This episode brought to you by Square, another company we use. We used this weekend like crazy. We were in
Can I point out
Eugene, Oregon. It was so fun.
We've used other things before. We had, because people, I don't have Square on this, that, whatever. So we used other stuff because we thought we're being technologically forward thinking.
What is it?
Well, I'm not even going to tell you. I don't want to talk another company. I want to say that we use Square. And to watch this last week in
what
Oregon,
is Square?
Square is a point of sale thing for app for your phone, and they keep making it better and better. So we've updated it now, and people were just tapping Ray's phone
So fast.
It was like boop and done. So what happens is people don't have time. Let's say you can buy posters on the road for me now, and I sign them and stuff, and you want it to be as convenient as possible. Square is so ridiculously convenient. Boop, done. Here's your poster.
The
Boom.
thing is for us too, is like when we have a second show,
Right.
and the club is nervous because you and I both go long, although I did very well this
You killed
weekend,
it.
just tight,
Yep.
short, but for shows. But then they're turning the room, bringing in the second show people. We're still selling merch. Square like revolutionized that because now the hardware, we actually went and bought more on the road.
Yeah.
We ordered through this link that I'm going to tell you guys, but we didn't get it yet. And so we went to Best Buy, I think, and got the hardware there just so we have extra ones. But now it is so freaking cool because you can get the little point of sale terminal if you want that. But for us traveling and we do carry-ons, it's just this little tiny square thing, and it's
in a pocket of my bag.
Bluetooth. It fits in your pocket if you want. And now the technology is it's my phone that they tap their card on and then they sign and keep it going. And we moved through that line so fast. The owner even said that. He goes, I cannot believe how fast you guys did that.
It also gives us a little more time instead of them dicking around with paying. Like people come up and they want to tell me their story or they tell you their story, whether it's about their mom or whatever. And I get to spend more time with the people, which I really like.
Yeah. Because that's just 2 seconds and then they can talk to us or whatever. Square is easy for dummies. Their payroll is easy for dummies. Can confirm it handles all your filings, all your state and federal tax forms, tax filings, and then sends you year-end summaries for your accountants. It is so easy. Ken gets all of his stuff directly from them. And then Square checking also, sellers use Square checking. They save like 44 hours a month. You don't have deposit delays and everything is instantly available. If you're starting a business or running one that deserves better tools, here are my allergies. Square helps you sell, manage, and grow without slowing down. Right now, you can get up to $200 off that Square hardware at square.com/go/Titus. That's SQUARE.com/GO/Titus. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today.
You went a little Natasha Leone right there. That was pretty
I
crazy.
know, but I'm like,
the
the pollen. Oh my gosh.
I want to talk about one more thing too, because we have this president who talks about windmills giving you cancer and renewables and solar. Yeah, but it doesn't work. Here's how dumb these fucking people think we are and how they are. They interviewed him about one of the people from the fucking fuck up clown car sat down and he goes, the problem is the wind doesn't always blow and the sun doesn't shine at night. And I just wanted to go and one of the congressmen held up a battery and he goes, yeah, that's why we have these to store the energy and nothing. Can you look up something real quick before we go? Because I know you got to get out of here. Look up what China invested in renewables last year. And it's insane. So we have this country. We can now build. We could literally, with all the land we have in America, and Musk said it too, 100 by 100 square feet, 100 miles by 100 miles. We could power the entire country off of solar. However, these assholes want to keep pulling the shit that's killing the planet out of the ground. Now, here's the thing about me. I'm not that liberal. I'm not that bitch. I'm not like, oh, we need to have organic everything. I'm like, no, what we need to is what works best. I have an electric car that beats the shit. I had a guy in a Ferrari take me down Ventura thinking with my charger. He got dusted and he backed off quick.
And
So
yours didn't make a sound.
I didn't make a noise, and I went and plugged it in at home, and it cost me instead of $5 or sorry, California now, thanks to Trump, $6.50 a gallon.
I think it's up to $7.
It's to fill my entire tank to go 250 miles. Is $16.
Well, that's actually a lie because we have solar roof.
Yeah, we have
so
zero.
We're gaming the system right now. But by the way, our solar roof works even in the dark because we have big batteries.
Yeah. So it powers our house all through the night.
Stores it. Yeah.
So do me a favor. What did you see? What China's done?
China invested roughly $1 trillion in clean energy and renewables. This figure vastly outpaces investments by the U.S. and the EU combined. It accounted for nearly half of all low carbon spending worldwide.
And how efficient is it? Like, does it say anything that it's?
It says massive deployment of solar and wind power with solar generation capacity alone surpassing coal. Solar power accounted for over 1 trillion yuan in direct generation investment. Manufacturing and supply chains, more than 90% of global low carbon manufacturing investment took place in China, which built an integrated value chain for solar panels, wind turbines, and grid storage. The most spectacular growth, however, occurred in the battery sector, with heavy investment directed at electric vehicle production and system-wide grid upgrades.
There's a new company, not a new company, they've been around for a while. They actually provide most of the batteries worldwide, CATL. They actually came up with a new battery that's like 40% lighter and will actually take an SUV. They just, 1,000 kilometers, which is like, 900 miles? So there's not going to be you're not going to fear anything anymore. Gas stations will close. Like the problem is between the DOD and the oil companies, we have this infrastructure that the clock is ticking. It's going to die.
They're way ahead.
Doesn't matter. Oh, China's kicking our ass.
Dear God.
China's kicking our ass. And it's funny because remember they made him such a villain. And you look at Xi actually said to Trump, he said, it's good. America's declining. Trump's like, yeah, he meant when Biden. And then Xi came out and said, no, I meant now.
Ha ha. Ha ha. That was because he sat and talked about fucking Panda Express as a way to bond with President Xi.
Our president
these clean energy industries have nearly doubled in real economic value and drove more than a third of China's entire GDP growth. And it is now shifting our global markets, their investments in these clean energy.
And the more we invest in it, the cheaper it gets. And the cheaper it gets, the more that the people that run shit don't want us to have it. Mm-hmm. Remember, people, they're not out for you.
No.
They're just not. We are, though. Do me a favor. The news, MSNBC, CBS, CNN, are all owned by right-wing billionaires now. So do me a favor, guys. Subscribe to our channel. We will always tell you the truth until they stop us.
They're not reporting it.
No, they're not reporting any of this shit.
People traveled here, and we're not like.
They're not yet.
There's a new strain of COVID, but they're not the bird flu jumped species.
Nope. Well, Trump is
what the.
Because Trump's suing everybody, and he's going to shut them down. He's going to pull their FCC licenses, and they got rid of Stephen Colbert. This is the last time. We are in a dictatorship, guys. It's not coming; it's here. Remember that. Do me a favor: subscribe to the channel. Go to ChristopherTitus.com to get merch. As a new shirt. I stopped drinking forever. A new shirt. If you're sober, you're going to love. Go to Rachel Bradley's special is coming out in the next month and a half.
I'm Ray Bradley on Instagram, RAE Bradley.
And Titus Nation on Instagram. Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Continue to scream sanity. Listen, democracy and freedom die in darkness and they die in silence.
Yep.
Don't shut the fuck up. Get loud.
Yep.
Like Bruce Springsteen.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray, Rachel Bradley, Groucho, and Costello. Later.
Peace out. Also, we love you. And Eugene was awesome. And you guys were awesome. The audiences were so fun, but just getting to talk to so many of you after the shows and how kind you guys are about Chaplin and us losing him. And they got to see baby Costello in the bag on the merch table, and Groucho ran around on the merch table, and you guys were just awesome. It was really great to be with you. So thank you for that.
Olsen Run Comedy Club, Eugene, go there, guys. And thank you. And thanks for what you said about the podcast too. Peace.
We see you later, River. Look at his back leg.
Flop.